Alright, today we have something pretty enjoyable for you guys. Today we will be building Blue-Red Delver in Modern. We will be building a fairly cheap version. I plan to actually build this list out of my LGS and TCGplayer.com for anything they may not have, or any of the LGSs around me might not have. So let's talk about the basics. Since we're playing a budget version, we're going to be low on the cryptics and snapcasters. So none of those, no cryptic commands, no snapcasters. Not exactly sure how budget we're going to go. We're off blue, red, and eventually I kind of want to move into Grixis. I have a few fetches that I'm decks. They're not perfect. They're not Scalding Tarns. I don't have any Scalding Tarns, sadly, but I have 2 Polluted Deltas, 4 Bloodstained Mires, and a Misty Rainforest. So until we get better fetches, those will have to do, since they're very good. Fetch lands are exactly what they say they are. They're just in the deck, not really as much for the mana fixing, even though they are important for that. So speaking of which, Opt is a card I plan to play in this. I'm not going to go ahead and buy those. I'm going to hope I get 4 of them at my pre-releases starting tomorrow at midnight. So let's go ahead and get, I know Delvers are $1, just over $1, so we can throw in of Secrets. So I'm probably going to play Monastery Monastery Swiftspear. I actually thought about playing Monastery Mentor, but I don't really want to go Jeskai. I don't think Path to Exile is good in a Delver strategy in Modern, especially with Scapeshift and Eldrazi Tron, all these ramp decks running around. I really don't think Path is incredible in Modern Delver right now, since we're trying to be fast and we're just speeding other decks up. So let's start off. I have a playset of Monastery Swiftspears, but I'll go ahead and get you guys a price on them. Let's see here. $40. So we're gonna run 4 Swiftspears. The reason being is this list is gonna run quad mutagenic growth. Monastery Swiftspear and a mutagenic growth is insane. That's 4 damage turn 1 if your hand has a mountain, a Swiftspear, and a mutagenic growth. That is just absolutely incredible. It's in this list beside Delver. They're both, the 2 of those are as good as it gets. I think Delver is probably, because of the evasion, it's a better, after turn 1 it gets a lot better than Swiftspear, but Swiftspear is still fantastic after turn 1. That's what makes it so good. The only other creature I was thinking about playing is Young Pyro. We have kind of a replacement for Snapcaster Mage, but we'll talk about that a little later. I think Young Pyro is a creature-sided replacement for Snap. Probably 4 of these. Probably 4 Young Pyro. If we can't find anything else, I mean, if we could maybe go down to 2 Young Pyros and just keep a small creature list, because eventually, maybe in a Grixis Delver list, actually in a Grixis Delver list, we'd want Tosigur, the Golden Fang. I don't know how expensive Tosigur is. Let's see how expensive Tosigur the Golden Fang is, because we could actually play him in a Grixis list. $2. Yeah, we probably want to play 2 or 3 in a Grixis Delver list, so that'd be good. Alongside Gurmag Angler, we'd want to play Gurmag Angler in this deck. But we're not going to start off with a Grixis version. We're just going to show you guys blue-red for today. So yeah, Young Pyro, just fantastic attrition card. Absolutely incredible attrition card. Um, the only one that's better is Monastery Mentor, but 3 mana isn't what it's looking for. We want to be fast and we want to get on the attrition game quick, for sure. And we want to leave up 2 mana, so casting a Mentor is typically like turn 5 play. Like we really don't want to tap out turn 3 very often. That's just not something we really want to be doing with this deck. So let's keep going. Let's get into some of the spells, and we'll talk more about building the creature base a little later. So spells that are just set in stone. Serum Visions is a go-to card in this list, and the reason being it is it's card quality, hard card quality, and in addition to that, it sets your library up for Delver Secrets. Triggers, Young Pyro triggers, Monastery Spirit, you guys know that. I mean, it's a sorcery. Opt is the other one we're going to play. We're going to play Opt in here. Technically, it's not legal yet, but we're going to go ahead and put 4 Opt in here. Because Opt is just better than Sleight of Hand. An instant speed draw spell is fantastic. An instant speed cantrip is fantastic for this deck. Reason being, Serum Visions is the better one early because we get to stack our deck for Delver. And it's 3 cards we get to see instead of 2. But Opt is great because if we don't have to counter anything this turn, or we can't counter anything this turn, we can still hold up the blue, threaten a counter spell, and then Opt on the end step, or Opt in response to something and then cast a counter spell. It's great. It's just a lot of utility in that word instant. So we're going to keep Opt in. Mutagenic Growth, we're going to put 1 in right now just so I can play with that a little later. It'll probably be more. It'll definitely be more than 1, but we'll see. Thought Scour is a good one. Scour is a good one. We've kind of been thinking about exactly how we want to do this. I think Thought Scour and Opt are good together. The problem with Scour here is we're not playing the Delve spells, and we're not playing Snapcasters. So Thought Scour is pointless for this deck, but once we go to Grixis, I think Opt is replaced by Thought Scour. Now, the spicy one, Noxious Revival. Take that in for a second. Noxious Revival in this deck. Let's talk about why it's good. It's good for the same reason Snapcaster is in this deck. It's card advantage, sort of. Not really. No, Noxious Growth